On this video, Stress Part 2, I teach you what happens in your body when stress is left on for long periods of time. Then I give you 2 tips on how to make sure that your stress is not killing you. Hi, my name is Naomi. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. On this channel, I teach about psychotherapy and what you can do to improve your thoughts, feelings, and behavior. If you're new here, consider clicking the subscribe button below. It's free. When your system no longer perceives a threat or stress, your body will return to its natural state, usually after 20 to 30 minutes. But if you continue to be fearful or stressed, this prolongs the stress response, and the power that I spoke of in Stress Part 1 will turn on your own well-being. Your internal system will fight and harm you. It can be more damaging than a physical assault from someone else. Internally, you doing this to yourself because of your own stress. It can cause pre-existing health conditions to get worse and create some new problems. It can cause high blood pressure, migraines, ulcers, muscle tension, fatigue, problems with digestion and the menstrual cycle, impotency, and it can increase respiratory problems, increase symptoms of asthma and bronchitis, problems with the bones, and inhibit or prevent your immune system from fighting off diseases like colds and flus and viruses. I am making this video during COVID-19. It can prevent your system from being able to fight off viruses. Stress does this. It can cause mood disorders, anxiety and depression, attention deficit, weight gain or weight loss, fibromyalgia, pain problems. Then think about the impact this internal stress can have on a developing fetus and the environmental stress that activates the stress response for an infant, a toddler, or a teenager. The environmental stress, meaning what's going on in your house, what's going on in your neighborhood, what's going on at school and at work. The impact this can have on an infant, a toddler, or a teenager. Consistently releasing these internal hormones on their systems negatively impacts or negatively influences the continued growth and development of their brains and their bodies. Because the brain continues to grow until about age 24 or 25. Did you know this? Maybe not. Wondering why your 18, 19-year-old is doing things and acting in ways that you're thinking, you're too old for this, because this is just stupid. Their brains are still developing, meaning that their brains are still in the oven cooking. Those are my terms. That's my layman's terms for it. Because if you think about it, if you're baking a cake or baking something and somebody in the middle of it decides they're going to open up the oven door and put something else in it, releasing hormones because of the stress, they're going to put something else in it, or they're going to turn the temperature down. This is changing the original cake or whatever you were baking, pie. This is changing it. When you have a whole lot of stress in the life of the developing young person, this consistent activation of the stress response on the developing young person can cause health problems because hormones are being released, adding something to the pot, to the cake, to the brain, to the body, adding something more. So it can cause health problems, learning disabilities, attention deficit, behavior problems, and mood disorders. And we're wondering what's going on with our children and with our communities and in the schools. Stress. Part of it is stress. You must find a way to turn off all of that stress. Turn off the stress response for yourself, for your environment, for your family, for your children, for your community. Think about that. Participate in relaxing activities, deep breathing. You can watch my videos 3 and 4 to learn how to breathe for relaxation. Loud singing in the shower and in some choirs can engage our breathing in a way to turn off the stress. Now, again, I'm taping during COVID-19, so many choirs are not singing together anymore because it's dangerous because of the virus. So if you were one of those participants in choirs, what are you doing now to release the stress in your system that you released when you were out singing? What are you doing? Sing in the shower, sing in the backyard, as long as that's not going to bother your neighbors or be too loud for your neighbors. Or find something else to do to get that deep breathing so that we can release the stress and turn the stress response off. Tip number 2, exercise can release tension in the body and release hormones that are helpful for the whole system. Because when we exercise, get that heart rate up with something like a fast-paced walk 2 to 3 times a week, we decrease depression and anxiety. So our body releases hormones, the happy hormones that cause us to feel better and manage or prevent anxiety and depression. So get that heart rate moving. After dinner, go for a walk, 20 to 30 minute walk with someone or by yourself. Put headphones on. I know I love to do a fast-paced walk with my headphones on and just walking down the street, moving my body to the music. And that's a nice, relaxing, and fun way for me to get my heart rate moving and help to prevent some mood disorders. So decide now, what will you begin to do to turn off the stress in your body and in your life for a little while, for a moment, because a little is better than none. And a little means that you've made a conscious decision to do better. Well, that was a lot of information from stress part 1 to stress part 2. You might need to review it again. I know it was a whole lot for me to say. Because the more we know, the better we can respond and make choices to improve our lives and increase our well-being. Well, I've enjoyed our time together. If you haven't already, consider clicking the subscribe button below. It's free. Also, click that bell and you will be notified when I upload the new weekly videos. Also, if this was information that was helpful to you or you enjoyed it, please click that thumbs up. That is your way of communicating with me. If you don't choose to write a comment, that's just a quick way to let me know that you enjoyed it. Until next time, live healthy in your whole being, your mind, your body, and your spirit. Bye-bye.